Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to kind of do a DIY on how I made some of the flowers for my bouquet. Now this obviously isn't my bouquet. The first one I'm going to show you is this one right here. So easy. Super easy. So you just take about, say about a foot and a half. Really just depends on how big you want your flower to be. But a foot and a half of ribbon. And you cut it. Super easy. And then you're gonna need a needle, and thread. I just use white. No one's gonna see it. I have an ottoman that I'm like doing this on, which is really nice because it also doubles as like a pin cushion. So I just stab my needle right into the ottoman. Okay. So I always like to take a lighter and just run it along the edge to get rid of any raw edges on your ribbon. Okay, what I do now is I take the needle and thread and I just go back and forth along the bottom edge of the ribbon like this, just back and forth, back and forth. Okay, now when I get to the very end, see, this is the final edge, the last edge. So I go right before that, and then I take this last edge and I go about halfway up, and I take the needle and I stab it through about halfway up that edge. And pull the yarn all the way through. You don't want to pull too hard because it will come through the other end. And then you want it to kind of look like that. See? So just tie it off like this. Okay. And you can tie it off however you want. It doesn't really matter. You can make a knot. You can tie it off like you're sewing something. Doesn't matter. However works for you. Because everybody's gonna find a way that works best for them anyway. So me sitting here telling you to do it a specific way really isn't gonna help, because you're gonna find your own way to make it better for you. So you just tie it off however you want on the end. So it looks like this. Ta-da! And then I probably should have told you this at the beginning. I'll get better at this. I have a hot glue gun here with me as well, along with little felt circles that I have pre-cut out. They're not very big, and this one I'm actually going to cut a little bit smaller. I had these pre-cut for something else. So I'm just going to trim the edges off a little bit. And then I also have floral wire that I have cut about the length, yeah, about that long. And what I do is I wrap it around my finger and then bend it over. So now it looks like that. And I take the end of it and I just gently twist until it goes through the felt. So it looks like that. Just like that. And then I take my hot glue gun Get that kind of centered. And I put hot glue all around the edges. Because now, what I'm gonna do, careful it's hot, you don't want to burn yourself, is take the first end of this, oop, my hot glue gun. My hot glue's falling off. First end of this ribbon, and stick it on that hot glue. Stick it right on there. Like so. And then wrap it around. And you're gonna make it all the way around. And you're gonna put a little bit more hot glue in the middle. And finish wrapping the ribbon. Wrapping it up. Now while it's still warm, I kind of shape it a little bit, kind of push it up just a little bit so it's not so flat. Flowers aren't flat. I use the tip of my nails to poke it down in there because if the hot glue gets on them, I can't feel them. Or you could also use the tip of a pen. And then I have, now you can leave it like this if you prefer, which is gorgeous, just like that. I, however, have some beads that I'll be placing in the middle. Like, I'll be placing this in the middle. Pot glue on my nail now. So I will place a little dot of hot glue right here in the center. Try not to get the hot glue all over the place. And I will place that bead right there. And there you go. Beautiful. So there's that. Super easy, super simple. One of the easiest flowers I think there are to make. Now, one of the other ones I think that are super easy to make are these right here. These are so easy. What you need is, for this one I'm going to use this coral color. My colors are teal and coral. I don't know if you've been able to guess that by now. So I'm going to use this coral color. And to do this, I'm going to cut that's too small. Oops. Normally I have a template, but I lost it. So now I'm like trying to. Okay. You need 11 pieces about 3 inches long. So I usually cut one, make sure I have it, lay it on top, and then just fold. And just keep rolling until I know that I have 11. Or more, because I know I'm going to end up making more of these flowers. So I guess it really doesn't matter how many I end up with, but you ultimately are going to need 11 for one flower. My ribbon got all twisted. cut that, you will once again, those ended up being just a little bit longer, but that's okay. They'll just have bigger petals. Once again, you will need needle and thread. So you take one of your, fold it in half. That's it. Fold it in half. Take your yarn, back and forth across the bottom. Ta-da! That's 6 of them. 6 on there. Pull them down to the other end, but leave about 1 inch of thread at the end. Okay, now you want to make sure all your petals are facing the same direction, like so. Okay, facing the same direction, and scooch them all together. You're gonna bring the 2 pieces of yarn together. You have to tie them in a knot. Pull them tight. Pull them tight. Tie them in a knot. Do it a couple times. Make sure she got a tight knot. You don't want that yarn to come undone. Okay. And trim that off. And then at this point I take a lighter, okay, and just kind of run that across the bottom, get rid of all the rough edges, and then kind of flatten it out a little bit, and that's going to be the bottom of your flower. So then you're going to do the exact same thing with the next petals. 5. I'll sit down, make a couple videos, make some flowers for my wedding. Make it a good day, because that's what she would want me to do. And the next flower that I'm going to make, probably won't do it on camera because I know I'll get super emotional, is a rose, because that was her name. Okay, so now that you have, get back to happier topics. Now that you have your 2 things, right? You're going to take felt circle. You can make it a little smaller this time. Okay, so then you take your one with your 6 petals. You stick it, careful top, on the felt circle. Kind of mold it around there. Okay, and then I have one petal that's taller than the other ones. Oops. That's okay. They can't all be perfect. Take a little bit more glue. And this time, that this top one sticks nicely. Push that down in there. I like cup it in my hand. That way it like molds nicely. Have a really glittery bead this time. Right there in the middle. I think my fiance's home. There you go. How gorgeous is that? Ta-da! Okay. Well, there's 2 flowers for you guys. Like, subscribe, follow, do whatever it is you gotta do. Stay tuned for my next video. Peace out, guys.